The Financial Times just took down the private water industry. An article published today in the FT has completely taken down the myth that privatisation of water has brought billions of pounds of shiny new investment to our water system. It turns out that all of the investment made since privatisation began could have been covered using only the money from our bills. And what's more, a large chunk of your bills has been going every year to directly pay the interest on a huge pile of debt that the water companies have been building up. Water companies have been borrowing large amounts since privatisation began, and that debt has now built up to a whopping £51 billion. They claim that this is for investment, to improve the infrastructure and protect the environment. But as we already know, all of that investment could have been covered by our bills. No need for borrowing. So what did they need the extra money for? That's right, to pay their shareholders. Yep, shareholders have received £56 billion since privatisation began in 1989. A debt mountain that size is nothing to sniff at. In fact, we've paid a total of £2.1 billion every year just to service it. That's £53 off of your water bill and every water bill of every household in the country every year just to pay for a debt that only exists because private water companies want to pay dividends to their shareholders. So what happens if we take water into public ownership and we take shareholders out of the equation? Will we suddenly be plunged into chaos without the private investment to keep our water industry running? Will our rivers and beaches be overrun with pollution and sewage, as Angela Smith has claimed this week? No. Clearly, water is a profitable industry. It's not rocket science to reinvest that profit into improving the infrastructure, protecting the environment, avoiding pollution, and improving the service. If we take away shareholders, we take away the debt and we take away the dividends. All we're left with is our bills being used to improve the service that we're paying for. Simple. There's no need for debt mountains. There's no need for sky-high shareholder dividends. There's no need for the water industry to compete for funding with other sectors, as some would claim. Just a profitable, publicly owned industry using our money for what it's supposed to be used for, and nothing else.